That's what we want.
Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen.
All right. Thank you.
Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Leila, for the introduction. Well, as she said, I'm Sebastian Garcia. I'm from Argentina. I'm the creator of Telescopius. And the idea of this talk is to show you how Telescopius can help you plan your astronomy sessions, from finding targets to simulate astrophotography framings, as well as discovering and sharing all your astrophotography work. And for those who already use Telescopius regularly, hopefully you'll learn a trick or two along the way. So in the next few slides, I'll tell you a little bit about Telescopius' background and evolution, then a quick overview of features you can expect to see when using the app. After that, at the core of this talk, I'll make a live demo to show you around the app. And then I'll be closing with a slide about the technology I used to build Telescopius and what features and improvements you can expect to see in the coming months. So I'm a programmer. I always liked photography and astronomy in general. And around 15 years ago, I bought my first telescope. And at some point, I thought it would be great to have a tool to find good deep sky objects using different criteria. I was particularly interested in finding specific targets that would stay up in the sky enough time to get the subs I wanted. So I just need a list of targets with their thumbnails and not panning around any planetarium software. That was quite cumbersome. And since I couldn't find any free software which would do this, I built it. And Telescopius was born under a different name, the Deep Sky Objects Browser. And well, that was the very first feature, right? But since then, Telescopius grew, and I added many different features for both planning and astrophotography sharing. And as Leila said, it's 100% free because I'm really committed to offering this service for free to those who are doing astronomy on a budget, or especially on developing countries. So about the planning and astronomy features, I'll try to go quick here since we lost some time before. So of course you need to be able to set up your observatory settings, date. You can also define your custom horizon, so you can see the outline of your nearby trees or buildings. You have a nice weekly weather at a glance, right in the sidebar. You have simple and advanced target search for deep sky objects, comets, asteroids, daily and yearly altitude charts. Just recently, I added an imaging opportunities block. I'll show you about that, and the most used filters for each object based on the thousands of pictures uploaded by the users. You can create your own observing lists and share them. We have third-party integrations. We have a telescope framing simulator and a mosaic planner, big astrophotography community, calculators, event calendar, and some useful reminders every month. Telescopius today has around 33,000 monthly users. These 76,000 deep sky objects, comets, and asteroids. It has a responsive design, meaning that it can be used on any device. All features are present on all devices. It's under active development, and we also have a forum to share ideas bug reports, etc. And okay, so the idea now is to show you around Telescopius a bit. So I'm going to move. Can you see my browser? Can you see Telescopius? Yep. Okay. Perfect. Let me check. Yeah, I'm signed out. So I will try and go fast, and since we lost some time, and if we have some spare time, then we can come back to wherever you want to see in more detail. So I will focus. This is what you get when you open. By the way, feel free to open telescopius.com on your browsers and play along as I talk. And the first thing you see is this one. I'm here in the left sidebar. You can set your observatory settings, your location, your date. You have some basic information about the moon and about the sun, the available nighttime. This calendar is quite useful because you can see the moon phases right on the calendar, so you can pick the dates you are more interested in. And here you have a nice. I love this widget, the weather. This is the average. This is showing the average condition for each one of these nights. So you can see on average, this night would be very bad for in terms of cloud, and good for the seeing. So this is a really nice little chart I use very often. And on the homepage, you have a big box to find targets. You can also find targets from the top menu here. And other stuff we'll cover up later, like the telescope simulator. So let's just go here to the planet section. I don't know. You can see all the altitude charts for all the planets. Really, at a glance, you can see which ones will be up in the sky during whatever date you select. You have information for all the upcoming dates. You have the yearly chart as well to see. As you can see here, you have all the months, so you can get the altitude of Mars at, let's say, 18 hours. Oh, here you are seeing my custom horizon. Let me, there you go. So here you have the altitude for Mars at 6 p.m. all nights for the following 12 months. And let me go now to the deep sky section. This is what actually started Telescopius, this little search page. Here you have, we are seeing 46,000 deep sky objects based on the filters you set here. I mentioned very briefly that I wanted to find targets that stayed up in the sky for a certain amount of time to get the subs I wanted. And you can achieve that right here. You can say, I want to see objects reaching at least 40 degrees up in the sky for at least 4 hours from sunset to sunrise, maybe the astronomical sunset and the astronomical sunrise. And we've just narrowed down this list to 14,000. Of course, we may want to focus, I don't know, on galaxies only. And maybe you don't have a huge focal length. So I will ask for at least, I don't know, galaxies at least 10 arc minutes wide. And suddenly you have 79 deep sky objects. So as you can see, you can narrowed down this list quite a bit, search by all these different criteria. For example, distance from the moon is one I like a lot, because you can use, if you are shooting with some specific filters, you can, for example, select for this specific date, you will be shooting, I don't know, oxygen filter. And this is automatically calculated how the distance, the minimum distance to the moon to avoid the moon brightness in your pictures is automatically calculated based on the filter and the date you selected. As you can see, if I go, I select a brighter, a day with a brighter moon, this O3 filter suddenly goes to 83 degrees away. So depending on the day you're shooting, you can avoid the moon brightness with this filter. Okay, you can play with a lot of filters here. I won't go into much more detail here, unless we have time afterwards. This kind of altitude charts are quite common nowadays, so I guess I don't have to go much into this, but let me know otherwise. One thing I like about these charts is that you can enable this custom horizon feature. You can define, let me show you very quickly. I need to improve this this editor, but you can define your custom horizon here, and basically you can use this this app on your cell phone. If you open Telescopius on your cell phone and then open the left-hand sidebar and click this on this gyrocam, it helps you create this custom horizon for your specific location. So here you can see quite easily that even that Orion Nebula rises from the horizon near midnight. It will actually be visible for me much later, because my horizon is blocked by this tree, right? So this is very useful. Okay. Another interesting feature here is if you have your views limited. For example, you can't see anything east or west or south. You can use this widget here to, for example, search for targets satisfying these conditions only on your Western hemisphere, for example. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to skip a little bit of this. Oh, but this one is important. You can sort in here. You have your you have the target sorted by popularity. You can sort by many different criteria. One I like a lot is next opposition, because it lets you find which objects are tonight at their best during the entire year, because they reach their maximum altitude around midnight. So you'll be able to get as much subs as possible. As you can see, that the transit point for all objects here are right around midnight. So this is a great way of sorting the results to maximize your time on the field.
Sebastian,
Yes.
one of the Zoom guests raised their hand.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see that.
What, Bob, can you might have to unmute him, Charlie. To allow him to talk.
Mm.
Yes. Ask.
Can't person.
Okay, you can ask him, can you unmute? There it is. There it goes.
Yes, hi everyone. Quick questions for Sebastian. I see catalog. Does that, for example, include star catalog? HD numbers and so on?
There are no stars currently on Telescopius. It's planned. I plan to add them next year, actually.
Okay.
These catalogs are specifically for deep sky objects, meaning here you have the object types,
Mhm.
dark nebula, mission nebula, galaxies, clusters, etc. Or you can show the extended types here,
Sure.
and you have a lot more. If you
Yeah,
want to
so
go
maybe, yeah,
really
maybe-
precise, you can. But yeah, unfortunately, stars are in the to-do list. Yeah.
Right, maybe the Bright Star catalogs or Detroit Observatory could find something in the
Yeah,
light.
yeah. Actually, I have I have several catalogs already earmarked, but I just have to integrate stars into all this.
Right, takes time. Related question, were you drawing on the books by Jan Meus to have the algorithms to do all these calculations?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Right, did you invent the algorithms, the calculations for LTAS and so on?
Oh, no,
You drew
no.
upon what source?
It's a Lorentzian. Well, I can check. Let me check that at the end of the presentation, and I'll tell you. I don't remember exactly.
Right.
Can you repeat the question afterward?
Very nice work. Do you plan a telescope interface? Telescope camera interface?
Yeah, well, I'd love that, but it's a web application, so it's a little bit trickier, as it's not a native application, so it doesn't have access to all the hardware on your devices.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd love to. Yeah,
This looks very useful. Thank you.
thank you for the question. Please raise your hands, interrupt me at any moment. I'm just watching what to say and what to present, so I may miss some hands up. Just please interrupt me. Okay, so coming up next, you can create your own observing lists, your target lists. You can access them from the toolbox target lists. Let me let me sign in. Oh, nice. There we go. So I have some sample lists here. You can have, for example, one per telescope setup, one per location you usually use, one per month, one per type of objects you're interested in. That's really up to you. You can create any number of lists. Many people like to keep track of what they saw, so that's also a possibility. As you can see, when you enter a list, you get pretty much the same information you have when you search for targets. Let me go back to the search and show you right from the search how you can add targets to your list. You have this button here. So let's see, you want to see the Pleiades on your binoculars. You just click here, it's added. Or you can select any other list. There you go. So you can search for targets and keep adding to your lists, and then you can find the just the small number of targets you are interested in there. If you go to any target page, you can also interact with your lists. You can open, if you have Stellarium open and the remote control plugin set up correctly, you can open the target on Telescopius. So that's one integration. Let me see, you have for around 5,000 targets, you have this kind of information. That's the commonly used filters when photographing each one of these targets. And for example, you can see out of these 304 images shot in H alpha, you can hit on stats and you can see how much time on average people spend on the target. This is very useful, not for Orion Nebula, but probably for much dimmer objects, not unpopular objects. This is the imaging opportunities block I was talking before. You can, at a glance, see how much imaging time you'll have the upcoming nights or for the entire year. You can switch months here. You can see how much time will be available for you above this much, this minimum altitude in the sky for each one of the filters. Remember, I mentioned the minimum distance to the moon. So this is taking that into consideration. If you're shooting maybe sulfur or hydrogen alpha, you will have more shooting opportunities than with LRGB. What else? Down here you have the telescope simulator, but I will talk about this in more detail just in a little bit. And of course you have the data sheet with a lot of more or less static information about each one of the targets. Okay, so one thing I didn't mention about the list is that you can share the lists with anyone. You have here a share button, so you can create your lists and share them. You can, we have integrations with APT, Sequence Generator Pro, Voyager. Nina also can import these lists. So it's nice to to create these lists here and then be able to export them and use them in other software. Okay, so next we have the telescope simulator. This is one of the biggest features. I'm currently working on a big refactor, a big rework of this, because this tool was created around the idea of having a single frame, you know, one telescope, one camera, and I want to see how my photo will be frame like, right? But then the idea came to be able to compare different framings and other features. And well, I need to rework all this because currently you can have one framing at a time. Basically, this is like a planetarium. It's using the Aladdin light engine. And what I did on top of this is to add all the features to list your telescopes, your cameras, be able to create a mosaic and see how your mosaic will be composed. Search for different targets. You can switch the survey. There are a lot of different imagery here to pick from. Not all of them cover all the sky. I will work on improving this list in the refactor that's coming. You can even simulate comets. This is a very rudimentary simulation, but it may be useful sometimes. And you can export your framings into your lists. So this will be particularly useful for the mosaics I will show you in a second. And many other options to change, to adapt your the information you want to see right there. You have this nice feature that allows you to dim everything out of your framing so you are not distracted. Let me turn this back here. And let me show you, for example, for this combination, a 100mm focal length and a full frame camera, you can capture the all the Andromeda galaxy at once. Oh, I have a reducer set barrel. Let me change this. There you go. But let's say you have a shorter, a longer telescope focal length. There you go. So you want to capture all Andromeda. You want to make a mosaic. So you go here and decide that your mosaic will have 2 panes by 2 panes. You can choose the overlap for your panes. And there you have it. You have the coordinates for each one of these frames. But just bear in mind, well, you can, after you do that, you can export, you can save, you can come to lists and save each one of these panes to your lists, or you can create a new one. We go to this list, and there you have it. You have the four panes we just saw. You can see the galaxy shifted here because you are centering your pane a little bit offset from the center. And one more thing I like, oh no, a couple of things. One, you can also simulate eyepiece views. You can even compare it with other eyepiece field of views or your binoculars. And you can also check these telescopes from our imaging partners. They have a lot of remote telescopes. They rent telescope time, so you can check how they will frame whatever you want to capture. And for specifically for difficult targets, sometimes the image you see on the background is not very good for the because that survey it doesn't work well in that part of the sky. So one feature I added recently that's been well received is being able to display other users' pictures right here. So let me show you how this works. Here you can enable the gallery, and this will fetch pictures from other users and overlay them here. For example, in this case, you can see there's a lot more of detail. Let me see. There you go. Here, let me reset the mosaic. There you go. So if I hide the gallery, you get the plain image from the survey. But if you enable the gallery, you start pulling pictures from the database, pictures other users took. So maybe you can pick up other details that are not visible on the survey. You can cycle the gallery using these arrows here. I think that's very useful for specific parts of the sky. And last but not least, you have the astrophotography section. This is pretty much a social network for astrophotography, like Astrobeam. You have a lot of filters to narrow down the 216,000 pictures we currently have here. Let me see, you can filter by anything, pretty much. We can see eclipses, you can find specific targets. You can search for target types, only dark nebula, or maybe globular clusters, or maybe the specific comet, Lovejoy. We have very few of these one. So you can play a lot with this. I won't go into much more detail because of time. And okay, I went really fast here. I think that's it for the demo, unless you want to see something else at the end of the presentation. So I'll go back quickly to the slides, just a couple more slides, and then we can do some Q&A, some Q&A if you want. Okay, so Telescopius is a progressive web application. What this means is it has a single source code that works for both desktop and mobile apps. That's basically less time spent on coding the same features on multiple source codes and devices, and more time spent coding new features. This application is cached by your browser, so next time you visit, it will open faster. It's also possible to have offline functionality. Of course, I can't show you that right now, because if I go offline, you won't see anything from me. But and if you go offline now, you won't see anything either. So maybe if you want, you can try it on your phone after you use Telescopius a little bit and you go offline. You should be able to keep searching for target. You should be able to open the website even if you're offline, hit targets, deep sky, see all of this, search for targets, etc. That even if it's a website, it works offline. You can also install Telescopius as an application. It's available on the stores, on the Play Store and the App Store. And they are available for free. To install on some of your devices, you may see this little icon on your browser, inviting you to install the app, or you may need to dig a little deeper to find the add to home screen option to get installed. But if you're installing it on your devices, then I say the best option is just go to the store, search for Telescopius and install it there. Okay, so the roadmap ahead. To wrap this presentation up, here's what you can expect to see in the future. I'm currently working on improving the equipment database. Well, as a matter of fact, there is no equipment database. If you want, you can on your own. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing the presentation, right?
Yeah, we're seeing it. Yeah, but it was,
Are you?
now I.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, sorry, I missed this slide.
There you go, yeah.
Never mind. So the roadmap ahead, I'm currently, if you want to add some equipment to simulate the framing I showed you in the telescope simulator, you can go to your profile. Oh, I didn't show any profile. Well, this is how an astrophotography profile looks like. You have your own images. You can filter your own images too. You can import your astronomy profile. You can create albums, both public and private. And here you can define your equipment, but you need to enter all the specs yourself. So what I was mentioning before is that I'm building an equipment database, so you don't have to input all of this technical information yourself. And that will be the that will be the first step to improve the telescope simulator. As I mentioned, to add more image surveys, more framings at once, and many more features, and make it currently has some. It's rather quirky in how it displays all the layers. So I need to work a lot on that. I'm also planning to add observation logs and notes. so you can keep track of what you've seen. Some people use the target list for this, and you can even add comments to each one of your targets on your lists. For example, you can go here, edit your target, and just add whatever notes you want. This is very useful if you need to remember some settings for when you are out on the field, or maybe as an observation log. But I'm planning to create a tool for that exclusively. Also an integrated planetarium right on the browser, and many user interface improvements and tons of small features. I actually have a roadmap, a to-do list, a backlog of over 1,000 items. So I really have to pick what I do every single week. And okay, so that's pretty much what I want to share with you. I went really quickly, but before I finish and we do some Q&A, please allow me 1 more minute of your time to mention that Telescopius, starting as a simple search form, easy to host and maintain, but over the years, as you can see, it grew quite a lot. I'm really glad I can keep running this service for everyone around the world for free, especially those who are just starting or are on a budget. But that wouldn't be, today it wouldn't be possible without the support of these partners and sponsors and more than 800 monthly patrons and the thousands of occasional donations which have supported this project over the year. Really, less than 1% of users donate. So any amount really goes a long way to cover the monthly costs of running the website and adding features. It's hosting over 200,000 astrophotographies, and the traffic is important. So if you find Telescopius useful, your donation would be very welcome. Also, don't be shy. User suggestions and bug reports are really priceless to me. Many great features were born after discussing ideas with end users, or maybe a bug evades me for a long time, and even just one person lets me know about it, I can fix it right away. So don't hesitate to contact me for any suggestion or problem you may have. And well, that's about it. I hope that wasn't too much information all of a sudden. And well, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have now. Thank you once again for inviting me.
Well, first, just a comment, Sebastian. I am extremely impressed with this. I mean, you've got everything in there that we could think of and some things we couldn't think of. Absolutely amazing. Questions? Anyone? I guess you explained it really well.
It's something that's obviously looks like it's a lot of fun to play with. You get in and start working with the website and you can keep going and going and going and going, right?
Yes, that happens. Yeah.
Well, so I have a question, and maybe I just missed this, but what really is the difference between just going to the website and doing this versus installing, say, the app and running the app?
In terms of the features, absolutely nothing. It's the same code. It's the same website. If you open the app on your iPhone or your Android phones, it actually runs the very same code that on your browser. But when you open the app, you don't get all of the environment around the browser. You don't get the URL bar. You don't get the tabs. You don't get your operating system bar at the top or at the bottom. You get the Telescopius on full screen. at all times. And you have a dedicated icon on your device to access it more easily.
Better than I actually use it
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. Yeah, for actual usage at night, you're out in the field, that'd be the way to go. So
Yeah.
if we're using the online version and say you put a bunch of your telescopes and equipment in there, so that does get stored somehow?
If you enter your telescopes, if you can use them, that's what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go to your profile. Actually, I'm reworking this section right now because I don't like it. But if you go to your profile under equipment, you can add any number of telescopes, lenses, cameras, filters, whatever you want. And you can use that on the simulator. For example, I don't have this database up to date, but you can see I have this Newtonian here under telescopes. So I go to the telescope simulator, I select my equipment, astrophotography, and here it is. If you have more, you'll have different scopes here. You can just click that and it switches between your telescopes. One of the things I want to add during the refactor I'm doing right now is to be able to define entire rigs, so you can set your telescope and your camera more easily. Right now, you need to set up the telescope first, then your camera. And this is also a problem for the smart telescopes, right? Because nowadays we see smart telescopes everywhere. But this interface is not very friendly for smart telescopes because you have the lens here and you have the sensor here. So I need to work on that as well. But you can, if you have the specifications for both the telescope and the camera on your smart telescope, you can just create, add a new entry on telescopes and a new entry on cameras and use that.
So if I put all that stuff in there and I'm on the online version, then it stores that someplace on your machine, I assume?
Oh, I see what you're asking. Actually, I don't remember that, but that definitely should happen. And I'm on the rework I'm doing here. That's definitely a thing. So in the upcoming weeks, that will happen, definitely.
Okay.
The thing is, for the telescope simulator, you have another issue. The telescope simulator cannot be used offline because of the enormous amount of data you need for all the sky. As you zoom in or zoom out, a lot of images are fetched for that specific part of the sky. So we can't really cache all of this on your device.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Any other
That's one.
questions? Great.
Is that a planet or a star?
That's M31, a galaxy.
Oh, the blue thing.
Oh, the blue thing?
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah, it's just a star.
Galaxy.
No, the two white things you see, small ones are galaxies, but that blue thing there's a star.
Well, I'm not sure if you can see this, but on my screen I can see a rather bluish paint around here.
There is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's basically a problem with the underlying images used by Aladdin light by this survey. We can try a different one. For example, Deep Sky. This is 2. This one contains only data for the blue bandwidth. You can switch surveys and well, you'll get what you'll get. Not all of them cover the whole sky. And they have different resolutions. As you can see, this one is rather poor. this is something to play with. And I definitely want to incorporate new images here. There are new excellent surveys I want to display here, but they are not available on Aladdin. And also that's why I added the gallery feature here, because that way you can stop relying on the images on those surveys and see what other users took. That's usually, well, I don't know if usually, but often more interesting than the underlying survey.
Excellent work, Sebastian.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
A pleasure, my pleasure.
I don't know how you find time to do this, on Yeah, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to answer any other questions or.
Anybody else got any? Okay. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Rest of the evening, Sebastian. It's a little later for you than for us. So you must be looking at what, about, you're at 10:48?
Yeah, no, 9:48.
Oh, you're an hour ahead, okay.
Yeah, our time zone is wrong.
Oh, yeah,
It's -3. We should be -2, but
right.
yeah. Yeah, but never mind. We like the night sky, right?
Yeah. Also, you're in winter down there.
Yeah,
Wow.
longer nights.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thanks again.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for having me.
Thank you.
A pleasure.
Much appreciated. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Pretty impressive stuff, huh? Very that deep. My God. Okay. So continuing on, I just want to mention that next Friday and Saturday is astronomy at the beach. I do believe I sent out some information about that, and as usual, we need lots of telescopes and people out there to entertain the public.
Yeah.
And we usually have a lot of public too, so. And also I am just beginning to work with the Scioto Township Parks and Recreation Manager. And this is about setting up some kind of a astronomy event in one of the Scioto Township parks or preserves. But it would be sometime probably like in late May, June, somewhere in there. So stand by for that. And I think that is all.
I'm sorry.
You want to do it like starting someplace around late May, so I'm thinking last part of May, maybe in June, somewhere in there. We got to work that out yet, so. And then just yesterday, I got an event request from, I forget which school, was a school in Dexter someplace. And they want to do an astronomy event in mid-October. But then at the end, she also said that she had apparently must have saw the website and got this, that she realized that we also encourage groups to come to an open house and just do that. And then we kind of treat them special, which I'm going to recommend she does. Because otherwise we've got to try to come up with help for yet another event. And sometimes it's hard to come up with enough help for just the open house. So that's what I'm going to try to lean her.
Although if it's a group, we say the open house and maybe set up an alternative for them. If the open house gets canceled, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, we could, yeah, if they both get
Like,
wiped out.
we do the
so-
open house, right? And then if that gets canceled,
Yeah.
the weather,
And we really got 2 shots, so.
right? So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
offer those.
Okay, sure. That's all I had, so how about you, Ken?
Oh, so I picked up the Vatican Observatory Foundation report from Doug Warshaw.
Oh, you did go grab it, okay.
And we are listed as a donor of record. The University of Lowbrow Astronomers has donated money to the foundation to help fund their operations around, because they have observatories in a couple places. And we've assisted with that. When that particular issue was going to press, it was right as Pope Francis passed away. And so there's a blurb in there saying, this is all about Pope Francis, and then we're looking forward to working with Pope Leo. Yeah. And So that was the one thing. There are some interesting articles in there because Brother Guy is the president of the foundation. Or chairman of the foundation. So he has an article about how they work, what the funds go to help. Do the outreach and science and things. And other than that, I think that's. Yeah, we're trying to figure out some more speakers, there's some possibilities, and we can discuss. I was holding off contacting one guy, waiting for you to confirm somebody else.
Yes, I'm now
So
working
we'll
on
work-
David
we'll work on
Levy and another return of Jim Shedlowski. There's just no end to the presentations he's got.
Well, this other one that Doug was talking about had written a book, and he had spoke to us before.
Right.
He has a new book coming out in December, I believe. So, or soon, and he may want to talk about that, so that may be a possible for some. So we'll see, it depends on, obviously, David Levy gets first dibs.
Yeah, just having a hard time getting them to
Okay.
pick a date.
Okay.
So it's been long gaps in communication back and forth thing, and Jim just I told him, don't wait for David. Because we don't know how long I will be or anything, so just pick a date. Worst that could happen is he picks the same one, and he goes, well, if he does, contact me too, don't just necessarily move him. So I said, okay. So we'll see how that works out. But we need more, we always need more speakers.
We have several that we can work on.
Yeah,
What do we have for? Well, I think December's open, right?
December's open, and then
But by October,
March on next year.
Okay.
We do January, February.
And October, November coming.
Yes, we got speakers for that. Yeah.
We need December and then. And you said March on.
Yeah.
So January, February, cover March is the next one we need.
Yeah, let me just double check that. And that is correct. Oh, wait a minute, wrong list.
So open slots are December.
I'm quite sure that's true though.
Right, in the.
So they could look at,
Yeah, I thought I had me 26.
We can talk.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Just right here.
So. Hey, before I forget, is that Gary I see back there? Okay, remind me kind of one of our members, Gary Nichols, and we're looking to give him an award in for a while. Just by chance. You should have said yes, you would have gotten an award. Okay, I think there's only one other officer I see in the audience, and that's Jack, our observatory director.
Okay, first of all, I was gonna ask about our open house tomorrow night.
I don't know.
John Wallbank's making
John,
a
zero.
call.
Hard work, John.
John Wallbank's making a call. I know if it was me, I'd cancel it, but it's his.
I'm leery about the chance of rain. And I don't wanna have a scope out if there's a chance. of rain.
Well, as of, based on what happened last time, yeah, that's true, I understand that. Okay, so he's gonna make the call then, right?
I think
Okay, I just.
I wasn't sure. I'm on deck for being a greeter and I'll
Yeah.
have, when it's okay, I'll have a scope there, but. We don't have enough people to run an open.
I did have one other person, Paul Williams, I believe.
You can have one more scope, so 3 is a little slim, but yeah, it might be okay.
Yeah. But the weather forecast looks pretty shaky if you ask me.
It does, looks as.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not completely cloudy, the transparency and seeing really bad.
The clouds keep creeping up again.
I
I don't remember beginning of the week, everything was like clear, all of a sudden about Tuesday, Wednesday, it started to rain on Sunday and Saturday. And
Yeah,
now it's got cloudy, so.
I just looked not too long before I left for the meeting. On astrospheric, and they show that cloud banding that's just right on the edge west of us, so all it's gotta do is move that much and we're done.
It's probably moved that much.
That's probably what, yeah, so.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that question then.
Look for an email.
I'm going to, if we do have the open house, I'll be there, open the observatory and that. Other question was, there was some talk we had once before about the so-called data center that they were going to build in Saline. It was in the newspaper media and that. I did go to the meeting And they did vote it down, but the reason it was voted down and everything is because it had to do with zoning. The property there, just for clarification, was all zoned agricultural. So it's farming community. The people that were selling that property have had it for all these years. They got a bid from data center company doing the development to buy 525 acres, and there was another article I read was 575. But anyway, they want to do that, and then the building would be 250 acres. That included 4 buildings plus the parking, and everybody was against it.
Yeah.
A lot of people there, and I was listening to them, one after another, express their concern, they don't want it built. So, all they did was, the official decision was that they the board denied the rezoning request. Therefore, it still is zoned as agricultural, not industrial.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that that center cannot be built somewhere else. It could be somewhere else in the industrialized area, maybe Saline, Chelsea, or something like that, or another area in the state.
Up toward Peach Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's 100 acres there if they wanted to buy from the university for that. But, and that property that was being sold, that 1,000 acres that came up for sale was owned by a family there, I guess it was definitely a family. Property. So, did make a stand and say that their people opposed it, and they took the votes 4-1, so that's it. So I attended the meeting, and that's how I know everything that went there. Other than that, as far as the observatory, seems to be doing okay there. That's all I really have to say.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Does anybody have anything else? Mike? Nice to see you, by the way, it's been a while.
Been one. Yeah. I've been talking about school a bit lately. So if any of you have seen the email, a friend of mine who passed away, so I'm kind of clearing out his estate. And I am spending a multitude of hours digging through everything. I mean, we were literally filling a shipping container just of all of his trains that are still in pocket.
Oh, well.
Well, it's a 3-story home, and it was, I mean, it's literally up to my waist high in every room filled with stuff. I was finding telescopes, mounts, tripods, binoculars, eyepieces. No joke, he who dies with the most toys wins. That's all that's in his house.
Wow.
It's pure hobbyist stuff. So we're doing literally it's an RC and telescope sale tomorrow and Sunday. I've got a couple of flyers here, I can just put them up on the table there. It's mostly RC stuff, it's probably thousands of components and planes.
Was sent out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I posted all the pictures that I had at that time, but I keep, every day I go in there, I keep finding more. I just got through the very last room in the house. That's why I was late coming here, because I was trying to get that all done. I've got some stuff in my truck, but I've parked like a mile away, no one's gonna want to walk that far. I cannot sell anything directly, I'm just helping his daughter, but then she's from out of state.
I was wondering why you
Yeah,
got stuck.
yeah, so it kind of worked out that he and I were good friends, but all the hobbies he has or had are the same as mine, so I could actually differentiate everything that we were finding in the house. I found another scope, all the components, but I haven't put it together, so I'm finding different boxes everywhere. I think it's a Celestron, I haven't found the OTA, but I'm finding all the bits and pieces for it, I'm finding documentation for it, but
I'm sure you found everything.
not 100%, but then they have started flooding this afternoon from the ground up. It was coming up through the drains in the basement. So we were frantically trying to move boxes and we're like, it hasn't rained in weeks. Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was weird, but again, you're more than welcome. If anyone has questions, you know, feel free to ask me. I think Doug posted my phone number as well.
So they don't have a price list type of.
So, yeah, so this is the downside to the whole thing, which is the other reason why she's been asking me to help. Because of the sheer volume of stuff
Yeah,
that
that's
we're
what I'm
moving. There's no time to do that. I mean, literally, I would have to have AI running off my shoulder the entire time to make it work. So what we're asking people to do is make fair and reasonable offers to her. And just just show her like, hey, I found this on eBay, it's comparable to what you're doing. And she'll go, that's the only way we could think of that. Would be under the time compression that she's in, so.
Does she wanna get rid of it?
So there's some things that she is holding on to, so anything that was on that list is fair game. Because these were not, because there was like a pair of Vixen 80 or 30 by 80 binoculars that we found. And she was like, yeah, we'll hold on to these, it's something small that she could give to her kids, you know, from their grandfather.
30 by 80 is small.
I heard that right. All the other stuff that's in the house. I didn't want to lug the Takahashi.
You can't hold those.
No, but we found the tripod that was with that.
What's going on?
Well, sort of, the problem is that the two work together.
Yeah. They were completely opposite floors of the house.
I found the top binoculars, not one thing. They definitely in the front.
My wife happened to be in that house. She's a realtor to help sell it. She just looks at me and she goes, this is you in 30 years. There was nothing I could say. That was
There's no.
Wow,
But it was good seeing all of you, and that
Same
was a
here.
great presentation as well.
yeah, yeah. Anybody have anything else?
Quick question.
Yes.
Is astronomy on page 2 night?
Yes, Friday and Saturday.
Did you see the forecast for next week? And that wasn't looking that good either.
No, I haven't looked yet.
It's supposed to rain starting like Saturday night all the way through next.
Oh,
week.
really?
Yeah.
Make sure you go Friday.
Yeah.
Thing is, a week out, though,
It hasn't rained.
the time change too, so, but we'll see. Actually, no, we've been pretty lucky the last few years there. So when you think about it, we probably are overdue to get nailed. You think about it. In fact, I remember one time we were there and there was a tornado warning. But we've had several years now, where the weather's not been bad. You think about it. So,
Yeah, it's gonna come down a little bit. Yeah.
okay, well, in that case, nobody has anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Or anybody opposed? Okay. You opposed, Jack? Okay, see everybody next month, thank you.
Thank you.
Take chat.
Bye, all.
It's okay.
Next down, there's flyers for any.
Well, that was exhausting.
Yeah, you wanna talk about? This is just the RC.
You should stop the recording.
Stuff.
So I can just send them.
Charlie.
Yeah, I'm trapped ready now, but.
Yeah.
Just got back from there.
5 or 6
Down at the bottom.
Well, I'd like to say that this is surprising.